Assalamu alaikum, my name is Salim Siddiqui. And thanks for watching the HotConflict.com video series. And this is definitely the last section. When we said that we were talking about the great Eid festival of Muslims, and that all Muslims all over the world have gathered together and bow and praise the Lord Most High, and that they do so facing Mecca, where Abraham built the holy house to the Lord with his son Ishmael. And Abraham said, "Oh Lord, let their house be everlasting so that your truth always be known." And he prayed that from his descendants would be bearers of the light. And we talked about the whole tale, and we told the whole story of all of the fundamentals. And we said, as a Muslim, someone who understands and truly knows the story of the truth, a Muslim is someone who is submitted to the story of the truth and understands the light. And that understanding of the story is called Islam, and we always call the Lord Most High the light, because all of the prophets and bearers of the truth know that the Lord Most High is the light. And they all taught us that, and that is in the tale there. And we said that there is even something more amazing than that by our very own souls we had been gathered. And the Lord Most High took the oath from us. So I say something weird, is that I believe all of us have seen the light, and that is why we recognize the story, and the light shines within us. Because the Lord Most High made Adam and made him the greatest race, and taught us of all of the signs, that there are angels and jinns, and we should always remember to worship the Lord Most High. There is no graven image or statue or symbol that can depict him. And we have seen how mankind and throughout all time in history has always been deceived into believing many false ideas about God, but the truth of the Lord is that he is always known as the light. And as a Muslim, that is exactly what we believe. Although, as I said, we're not talking about labels of Christians and Jews or Muslims, as all of the labels at this point really no longer matter. Because from here on out, everybody in the English language has now heard the tale from the beginning to the end. Oh, my Father, your prayer has been answered in a more beautiful way that you could ever have imagined. And now, my Mother, I learned to speak your words, and this is a glad tiding for everyone who understands this. But we said the story has to be amazing, and I'm not going to tell you everything else that must come, because we've already gotten so far in the tale. And because all people who tell the story of the truth, if they are blessed with the ability as the Lord Most High has blessed me, it comes at a specific time of age in their life and various other things that we have talked about. And so if we remember the fundamentals, that all of the prophets came bearing that same message, and because the Prophet Muhammad is the seal of the prophets and the last of the prophets, he was given certain glad tidings that all of the earths, are there for Muslims to believe and holy and pure, and that the word of the Lord Most High must be preserved and everlasting, both as a great language of mankind, the Arabic language, and the most beautiful of communication in sound to the other races. And we've been through that, and in that there is a miracle. And we said if you understand the story, then the prophet was sent with a sign at the very beginning of the moon, that he split the moon as a sign to all those on the earth, but also to all those in the skies. And we said that all of the signs that we talk about and everything in this tale must fit perfectly, because this isn't a fiction. This is the true story of the beginning to the end. I'm claiming not that this is just one story. I am claiming that this is the only story that really matters, and that in fact every fiction and every show and every movie and every book and every tale that has ever been told by any of the sons of Adam are either manipulations or metaphors from this tale, or parts that Satan and the dark side have manipulated us into believing falsely about our true story, and that all of us know this story and recognize this story and have heard this story before. And so because we all recognize the story, we know that the last prophet was given some great miracles, and because he is the last prophet, he must have been able to tell the story that I told you, and he must have been able to do something else. As all prophets in the chain that we said were able to understand the story of truth and tell their people of the signs to come and the noble messengers to come and warn them of the calamities to come, I have given you a noble gift and a great thing for the first time in the English language, and I have shared with you the beauty of the story of the truth from beginning to end, and I have even shared with you the beauty of the most incredible secret, that of your own soul, and how beautiful that story is. But as all people know, if a moment like this occurs, and we mark this moment by saying that the land that had been marred by enslaving the son of Adam in this galactic struggle that we said is the story of everything, that one of the things that we must understand that as a son of Adam, we should have no will to any of the other sons of Adam. We are all from the human race, the greatest of race, that we have been given the word. And as I say, the story of truth is always how? The spoken word told to you as a story. That we get to the point in the story where we must realize that because all of this is by the plan of the Lord, that the final prophet must come with signs of what is to come in the future. Now, if I were to say, I'm going to give you a prediction that this will happen or this will happen, it would be of no use to you. It is only necessary for me to tell you what we as Muslims have known for 1500 years and tell it to you in a way that if it relates to the story, you must know that it is already true. You must know that it has already true, and you must understand why exactly it will be. Well, because I am being blessed to be able to tell the story that included many, many parts, I must remind you that the essence of this story, Daddy, was that the father of all of the faiths was Abraham. And he, of all people, made a challenge. He, of all people, made a challenge. Now, as I've continued to tell the tale, I've already shown you that the challenge of someone who makes or claims they are telling the truth is not to make a prediction and see if it comes true, is to prove that by your own most knowledgeable people, the knowledge that you have just received is no greater than the story of truth that I have just told. And I gave that challenge and showed it to you, and an amazing thing it was. Truly surprising when I saw the news myself that it was an evidence not just of this world, but of all of the universe, so that the tale that I told was really proved in a way that even I could not have imagined. But we said that as the final fundamental, all of this is the will of the Lord. And so the final warning, what does that mean? If I've been able to share with you all of this blessing, and we've said that the country has gotten to the point where they have raised to their leader a person who was their lowest considered of the sons of Adam, wrongly, as we have correctly described, racism. And so that they saw, even though beyond their racism, the truth of the light was seen in a man who strangely bears a strange story in his roots and lineage. He comes as a non-believer, following only Jesus, but not understanding the true story of the light. And he claims that we should all do better because we are in a situation of darkness. Now, the fact that we here in the United States are in darkness is no newsflash. And the fact that Barack Obama came saying change is no newsflash. But the crazy part was that he actually wins. That the majority of people accept that, yes, we are willing to listen to a man, even though he is black, because he speaks good words, and we feel that the words he is saying is truthfully searching for the light. Oh, Barack, one as noble as you should hear the story and do not deny the truth. I must make the challenge if we are here. Because by the very sign of Barack coming to the earth, we have said that that was a good sign, a Barack, a blessed sign of good news, or of the truth that from the Prophet Muhammad would come someone of their lineage who would tell the story of light to them, to their own people, in their own English language. Now, the time for this to happen had to be set, and when Barack Obama came, now it was made known that the word of the light could actually be heard because people were willing to listen to someone if he talked to them in the right way. But the right way of the truth, I didn't know until I realized that it was to tell the whole story from the beginning till the end.